Welcome to another edition of Blades TV. Joelle's off this week, and you're thinking to yourself, Kev, you're a Blades fan and a Leafs fan. I won't show you my socks, but they're totally TO. So why am I wearing this gross Habs jersey? Well, it's for a very good cause. And to tell me more from the Saskatoon Symphony Orchestra, please fill us in.
We have partnered up with the Blades and with SaskTel Center and have been excited to be able to do a production of the hockey sweater. This is a brand new work of music to the 30-year-old book, and this is the first time it's ever been done in an arena. So kids will get to come, go to the concert, they get to skate with the Blades afterwards, tour the dressing rooms, do all sorts of activities on the concourse, and it's a lot of fun.
And we need a booming crescendo of a voice to do so. Our very own narrator, His Worship Mayor Don Atchison, is going to be taking part in that. Thank you very much for doing so. And why? Well, tell me about the opportunity.
Well, first of all, it's really about sports and culture coming together. And thank you, to the Saskatoon Symphony. Thanks to the Blades, it's all coming together. And the other thing is for children to be able to learn to read for some of them. Some other children will hear the symphony for the very first time. Some will see hockey for the very first time. And when I opened the book up, you won't believe what page I opened it up to. It says, wearing my Maple Leaf sweater, I went to church where I prayed to God.
What's wrong with that? That is a beautiful sweater you're wearing.
And then it goes on to say, I asked God to send me right away 100 million moths that would eat my Toronto Maple Leaf sweater. Can you believe that?
Thank you for the interview, Mayor Don Atchison. I appreciate it. And thank you too, Mr. Mark Turner. I'm just going to skate over here to the president of the Blades. Thank you.
I love that wish.
Now,
I love that wish.
That is you guys are just ruining it for me. So what's it like for the Blades being a part of this?
Oh my goodness, we are so excited to be a part of this. And it's just a wonderful celebration of community. And when the symphony reached out to us and said, hey, we're doing this hockey sweater, it's like, are you kidding? We want to be part of that, absolutely. And we said, why not in a rink? And SaskTel Center threw open their arms, and it's just one thing after another ever since then.
And that's perfect. Jumping on that exact question, though, the man who helped throw it is our CEO, Will Loftel. He's with us, too. Now I'm going to skate over here. A pleasure meeting you. So why'd you decide to get involved?
Well, we're a community facility, and this is a great community event, great opportunity to open up the doors to folks who might not otherwise come to the facility for an opportunity to come out to a great event. And we've never partnered up with the Blades and the Symphony together collectively for an event, so a great opportunity.
You can't go wrong with that. Well, thank you all very much. So many people, so many interviews. We'll be right back with more from Blades TV, and we got some Sherbs merch to be given away, too. We'll tell you all about that.
This portion of Blades TV is brought to you by CIBC, the official bank of the Blades.
Nikita Sherbak, gone, but not forgotten. He proved that to us when he was here for the Subway Super Series. And to honor the Blades' leading score from last year, why not nesting dolls? They match the hat perfectly, after all. 2,500 are going to be given away at the home game against Brandon. That's coming up this Friday. Lots of fun always happening down here at the arena. And that's evidenced by the Pucks and Paws game, where the arena went to the dogs and, one cat.
Exciting night here at the SaskTel Center. It's the second annual Critters, Pucks and Paws game. Blades, Broncos, and a whole lot of dogs. Of course, fans can bring their pets to the game. Let's go catch up with some of them, see what they have to say, maybe see what the dogs have to say too. All right, so we're here with Jana and Rocco. Obviously, Pucks and Paws going on. Jana, why did you guys decide to come here tonight?
Oh, just to check it out, get Rocco out of the house for the evening. It's cold and this is somewhere warm, and to watch hockey.
Sure. Did you get to the game last year?
No, this is our first year.
Rocco ever been to a hockey game before?
No. His first, and he's loving it.
Yeah? And obviously it's a pretty snowy night out, but I guess what's it mean to you as a pet owner to see so many people out here tonight?
It's good. There should be more events in the city that promote dogs and or pets in places.
So we're with Katie from Critters now, and Katie, obviously an exciting night for everyone. Let's talk about why Critters joined up with the Blades for this game here.
Well, we always like to work with everything local because we're local as well, but to get involved with the rescues is really why we're all here. They need so much support from everybody, and we are doing the pet food drive as well to support them. So every bag that the city of Saskatoon donates for us, we'd match that. So they're getting a lot of food. We've already donated thousands from this drive, and we're not even done in November yet. So some of the money too from the tickets is going, and that's all why we're all here tonight.
Very cool, and obviously a bit of a snowy night, but lots of dogs and their owners here tonight.
Oh yeah, when we saw the snow, I was a little bit nervous about that, but even with last year's weather, it was so cold. We knew everybody was gonna get rear and get going this time too.
Just talk about how important it is to raise funds and to raise food for these animals.
It is so important because most of these rescues are done by volunteer basis, so anything that they can get helps. And sometimes when they are low on food, they don't have a lot of reserve funds to go out and buy their own food. So when they can get what they get everybody fed, and we're making sure everybody's getting healthy food and everything is good for them. It's really important because those are the little guys that they can't fend for themselves, so we have to do it for them.
Kathy from the SPCA now, and Kathy, who's this with us here?
This here is JD. JD is actually a 10-year-old Shih Tzu Poodle mix who just came into the shelter, and he was very matted, and he was in pretty rough condition when he came into our doors, but he looks fabulous with his new haircut now. So yeah, he's available for adoption now.
Good to hear. And obviously we have fans like him, the four-legged kind, here at the game today. Just talk about what it means for you guys to be at the Blades game.
It's amazing to be out at the Blades game again this year. It's so great when we can kind of get out and get our face out there, and it's so great to see the other animal rescues out as well. We're huge supporters of them, so we're so happy to be out here today.
And as we know, a portion of every ticket going towards helping out the shelters, feeding the dogs and the cats there as well. Just talk about that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a huge help for us. It helps like little guys like JD. Things like a haircut is definitely beneficial. He needs this in order to be available for adoption and be attractive to a new potential adopter, and all those funds help us so much.
And despite the snowy weather here, we see the dogs running all over the place and they're rocking their little Blades bandanas.
Definitely.
What's it mean to see pet owners and their animals come out to this?
It's great, especially seeing all these responsible pet owners. All these dogs that are out today, they're vaccinated. A lot of them are former rescues. We love seeing everybody out at the game tonight.
Sure. JD, anything you want to add?
Pretty quiet guy.
Yeah. All right, thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you.
The pet's made for one heck of a cleanup after. Hair, not that other stuff. No, really, not that other stuff. But even still, the crew that works here didn't bat a single eyelash. They're used to all these events. And in fact, check out this time-lapse video from a very recent event. The Rodeo was in town. That video comes to us courtesy of Garrett Brecken at GB Entertainment Services. Thank you to him and all the workers who make every event here possible.
This portion of Blades TV is brought to you by CIBC, the official bank of the Blades.
Here in the Blades locker room with Ryan Coughlin. And Ryan, you guys all went and saw the new Dumb and Dumber movie. What were your thoughts on it?
I thought it was pretty funny. You know, the first one, I think it was a lot to live up to, but yeah, I don't know, the boys were laughing in the theater, so yeah, I thought it was really funny.
If you had to pick who the Harry and Lloyd are in this Blades locker room, who would you say?
I'd say Lloyd is probably Nick Zajac, and Harry would probably be Josh Urich over there.
I love the scene when he gets shot, and then the guy's like, Harry, I think you need to put a dab of Bactine on that. That's probably by far the best part.
So Coughlin was saying, when asked who's the Harry and Lloyd here, he said, "You're Harry." What do you think about that?
I'll wear it. I mean, Zage and I are a pretty good crew, so, you know, if we're going to be called that, then I'll wear it for sure.
You know, you got the chance to turn it around now. Who would you say is the Harry and Lloyd in this locker room?
I'd say Heebs would be Lloyd, and I think G would be Harry.
So with Cameron Hebig now, and Cameron, we're talking Dumb and Dumber. The whole team went and saw it. What do you think about it?
I thought it was really funny. I love those funny movies, and I like going out with the boys, and it's just good comedy.
Favorite scene?
I like the firework one where they got deaf, and then the guy got ran over by a train.
And, who would you say in this locker room is the Harry and Lloyd?
I'd say Stovey is Harry, and Hanker over there, Lloyd.
We put the windows up. First one who smells a fart gets a point. If you say who dealt it, double points.
But if you say you smelled a fart and nobody farted, like if we were just passing a slaughterhouse,
false fart,
you lose a point. And you can't smell your own farts either.
What, are you guys kidding? No. I'm not gonna sit around sniffing your guys' farts like some kind of truffle pig. Forget it.
Okay, fine. Lloyd and I will play one-on-one.
Yeah, head-to-head.
How can you play one-on-one? If you smell a fart and you didn't do it, isn't it obvious the other guy did?
I thought you said you never played before.
All right, we're with the captain, Brett Stovin here. Brett, you guys went out and saw the new Dumb and Dumber movie as a team. What do you think about it?
That was a pretty funny movie. They tied it in pretty well with the last one, and there's a lot of relations in this dressing room for that movie, so, you know, the guys had a good time last night.
You know, as we talked to a few of the guys about, my favorite scene was the fart in the car when they chopped the guy in the back seat. What was your favorite?
You know, the fire was pretty good. That was pretty funny parts, but there's a part that reminded me of Nick Zajac when Lloyd's freaking out. Going, no, man, no way! That's kind of like, that was it.
So who would you say in this locker room is Harry and Lloyd here?
Harry would definitely be Noje. They have pretty close to the same haircut, and Lloyd would probably be Henry.
Hebig says that he thinks that you're the Harry in here. Or Lloyd, sorry. Your thoughts on that?
Actually, they don't know much about it, but I had the same haircut as Lloyd when I was younger, so kind of looked like him a little bit, actually.
Been called out by a couple of the guys here saying you remind them of Harry and Lloyd. What do you think about that?
Yeah, you know, I've kind of overheard that a little bit, and I don't know if it's because I lose teeth frequently or not, but you know, that's a pretty low blow if you ask me from Stovey and Coughlin there. It's not very nice when your teammates call you out like that.
You got to get your chance to retaliate here. Who in this locker room is Harry and who's Lloyd?
I think Harry. I'd say that would be Josh Urich. He's really stupid.
The tall dumb guy with blonde hair.
Exactly. You know, he just fits the role, and I'd say Lloyd. I'm gonna go with myself on it. Yeah. I don't know. I fit the character. I mean, I think I'm better looking than Lloyd Christmas, but I definitely suit the personality.
All right, there we go. Nick Christmas with us here.
Yeah.
Well, if they're judging movies, I guess I can judge a little too. Boys, you kind of look a little Joe Dirt with those mustaches you're growing for Movember. Speaking of which, with an update, here's Connor Chan's greasy mustache.
You men who long for love, You mustn't all despair.
Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Movember Report. I'm Connor Chan. Last week we took a look at the veterans and their mustache, and now this week it's all about the rookies. And right now I'm joined with Nolan Reed, who currently, in my opinion, has a decent mustache out of all the rookies. So Nolan, first off, how long did it take for you to grow what you have right now on your face?
Well, I'm gonna be honest, I cheated a little bit. I started 2 days before Movember actually started. But you know, I'm pretty thankful the mustache I got feels pretty good. And thank you for that compliment of being the best of all the rookies.
Would you say it's the best, or would you say somebody else here in the room of the rookies has a pretty decent stash?
Well, with all the rookies, the only one I can think of is maybe Brader, because he just fermented, but just for all naturalness, I don't know if anybody can do it. They're all blonde.
Here with goaltender Trevor Martin. Now, Trevor, obviously the blonde hair factor is playing in your favor, but you decided not to just ferment yours, unlike Garrett Armour. So talk about your decision there and why you decided not to do that.
Well, for one, I don't think it looks as classy. I think it looks kind of greasy, in my opinion. I think this just looks solid, you know.
Talk about well, it's coming in nicely. I mean, it's a little darker, but you know, it's not too dark, but yet you can still see it. What do you think? What are your thoughts on it?
I think it's getting there. You know, I still might see if I could just ferment, maybe get a little darker, but don't want to get it like Armour's are too greasy. But you know, I think it's, like you said, coming in quite nicely.
So here with Garrett Armour. I know we talked to you last week, but that didn't make it kind of got left on the cutting room floor there. But you just kind of got chirped there by Trevor Martin there about the just for men. How do you look to fight back against comments like that?
You know, I mean, when a guy throws a comment like that, I see that he's got the face of a 12-year-old girl. So, I mean, not much more you can do than that. Just for men, help some guys out, and if you can't grow facial, you can't grow facial hair.
When did you come to that decision to use just for men?
You know, I grew up blonde facial hair, and I was just wanted to join the cause for a good cause. So, you know what? I'll let the world see it.
Is it something that you might consider doing again next Movember?
100%.
All right, so right now the blonde hair seems to be a factor with the rookies. So right now I'm joined with Luke Gingras. So Luke, talk about the mustache that you currently have on right now and how long did it take for you to get it?
Oh, well, you know, I just shaved November 1st like everyone else, and, you know, it's just grown out pretty nicely, so doing good so far.
Would you say it may be better than your captain, Brett Stovins?
Oh, I don't know. That's a pretty tough one. He's got a pretty good one, but I don't know. I think I could take him on.
Joined now by Blades head coach and general manager Bob Woods. Now, Bob, a pretty wacky game here on Saturday. You know, we had our second annual Critters, Pucks and Paws. We had dogs and cats in the stands, and then the game itself, 15 goals, 20-minute delay for the ice. Take us through that game and how it was looked at your part.
Well, I think the big thing, the start wasn't great. I think we gave up 3 goals on the first 5 shots and ended up pulling Amadroud, and thought we came in, we battled hard and got back to 3-3, and then gave up a couple more and then battled back, and then a couple kind of exchanged goals there. So it was frustrating as a coach. I thought entertaining for the fans. I was excited that we scored 7 goals, and they're actually pretty nice goals. Wasn't excited about giving up 8 goals, but a lot of good things. I thought Shashneen finally scoring, and I thought he looked really good with Forsberg and McKechnie. And that was kind of the goal with the Millette trade, was giving him that opportunity, and hopefully he can build off that.
And now talk about that Millette trade. Obviously you're trying to get younger and kind of lean on the youth a little bit more. Was that the focus in that Millette trade?
Yeah, well, it was kind of for Corey as well, to give him an opportunity somewhere else to maybe be back as a 20-year-old, and definitely, we wanted to get Shashneen in a more offensive role where he had to play in the top 6, and that was really the only way we could do it. And again, looking at the game there, I thought he had 4 or 5 really good opportunities in the game and scored a beautiful goal. So hopefully he can continue to build off that and gain more confidence. And also it kind of gives Forsberg and McKechnie an opportunity here to kind of take him under his wing and make him a good player. And that's part of the onus of guys being older on this team is, you've got to lead by example, and you got to help the young guys.
Obviously you guys are in, a second year of a rebuild. What do you see out of this young team so far, and where do you see it going from here?
Well, I think, there's a lot of good things. Again, there's going to be some frustration. We're going to make mistakes. Looking at a lot of the goals the other night, they're just little mistakes by young guys. I think our young group was -4, I think. So, again, they've got to figure it out and learn to play against good hockey teams, because I'm going to play them. I'm not going to sit them on the bench, and they've got to work their way through this. So there's no pressure on them. Just go out there and do the right things, and hopefully get it worked out. So down the road they're going to be better.
What's the hardest learning curve for these young kids, especially 16-year-olds like Luke Gingras and Nolan Reed? What's the hardest part for those guys coming into the league this young?
Well, you're playing in a good league. You're going from midget hockey to the best junior hockey in the league, and you got guys that are stronger and more skilled, and they have to kind of learn or find their way and know their limitations. They're not going to be able to do the same things that they would do in midget hockey. They've got to learn that things are going to disappear pretty quick, and they have to learn to keep the game simple and also play within a structured environment. And I think it's going to take time, but there's enough skill and head. They're pretty good hockey sense, so I'm sure they'll get it sooner or later.
What are you liking about these young guys? What are you seeing most out of them that you're impressed with so far?
Well, they work hard and they want to learn, and that's, as a coach, that's what you want. You want guys that are coming to the rink hungry to get better. And again, you watch our practices, they're always high tempo and lots of energy. And again, I wish we could carry that over to the games sometime, because I think sometimes in the game, as soon as we get the opposition out there, we freeze up a little bit. And again, that's just young guys getting comfortable and the confidence to play against the other team.
Now, I kind of want to get back to that Saturday game again. Like I said, it was a wacky game. You've been in quite a few leagues. Is that one of the wackiest games you've seen around your time?
It was. Every time you think you're in tough and you're going to be in big trouble, and we just found a way to battle back, and that's been a little bit of our character all year long. Is we never quit. And I know the scores sometimes don't show that, but our guys play right to the end. And again, hopefully they take the goals that we scored there and get a little confidence offensively, and know that we can come back from 2-goal deficits. And it's something that definitely we can use in the future when we're talking. If we're going into the third period and we're down a couple goals, we should have the confidence that we can come back, because Swift Current's one of the best defensive teams in the league. They got the top goalie in Bo, and then you look at their D-core, they're as good as anybody. So that should give us a little boost.
Well, we thank you for your time, and we look forward to seeing these young guys develop, and the future looks bright for the Saskatoon Blades.
Yes, it does. It's going to take some time, but it's going to come. And again, with the draft picks from last year and the ones that hopefully we can grab this year, we'll be okay down the road.
Well, thanks very much, Bob.
That Woody. Well, the boys are on a big BC road trip over the next couple of weeks, so we'll see you in a few, but we'll leave you with some post-game highlights from that wacky 8-7 OT loss against the Broncos. See you on the ice.
we haven't been scoring a lot of goals lately, and we just kind of wanted to get guys out of little slumps. And obviously, hard work and just shooting the puck on net is what we got to do. And you know, tonight showed us that. The young guys that haven't been around, they haven't experienced it. And you know, I think it was 3 years ago we had a game where we were down to Regina 7-2 and came back and won 8-7. So obviously, the older guys have been around and seen that. So it's nice to get a little bit of confidence for the young guys, seeing that we can come back from a lot of goals down. Graham scored that first goal. All of a sudden, the bench just lifted, and you know, I gave him a pat after that and said it's going to be a big goal for us. And you know, obviously, it ended up being a big goal. We got a point tonight, and that's a step in the right direction. Coming back like that, you know, down 3 goals is a lot of the time it's tough to come back. Like the Edmonton game when we lost 7-1, it was dead on the bench, you know. But tonight, you know, we took some chances. Ryan scored a nice goal, and we got back into it.
Well, before the game, we said that we needed to stay positive. You know, this year we've had some bad bounces happen to us, and we just got negative and got down on ourselves. So we decided today that we were going to stay positive, and guys just kept working, and then we got some bounces our way and started making our way back. Yeah, Swift Current's a very good hockey team, and we came back, I think it was 4 times. You know, it's just you got to care enough to want to do it, and I think we're finally learning to do that. We're a younger team, we're building, so you know, I think there's a lot of positives from tonight. You know, we finally scored a lot more goals, which has been hurting us lately, but I think down the road this is going to benefit us a lot.
Positives are we scored 7 goals, which I didn't see happening too often this year. You know, Shishnin scoring his first goal, that was a positive. Coming back from 3 goal deficits and 2 goals twice, you know, those are positives. But, you know, just defensively, we just too many unforced errors, too many turnovers, and, you know, we can't dig ourselves those type of holes. Well, I don't know that we changed. I just thought, you know, the goals we got were just hard-working goals. They're goals that you should score, and the type of goals we will have to score. And but again, we just can't make the mistakes that we're making. You know, whether it's a bad change or just turnovers at the wrong time, or a guy just running out of position for no reason. Like, it's just stuff that against good teams like Swift Current are going to make you pay. And unfortunately, we're able to find ways to expose them a little bit as well.